All right, all right, all right. Mm, 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 mm.
When we living in watercolor, the rain that's in the cloud is welcome to come down. When we living in watercolor.
Yo, welcome to another edition of CandlerCreative Chats. I'm Dan Candler, and today we are joined by podcast flame Chris Barton. It's been a while. I've been on a little bit of a journey with different interviews and different things we've been doing, and they've been on their own journey, and it's all very exciting. But today Chris is back, and today we're just going to have a nice little chilled sesh. And as you can see, I've got my new mag, baby, which I am vibing. It just feels a lot more like professional and cool and vibes. So I'm gonna do my usual thing, and we're gonna bring Chris Barton into the Zoom room, and we're gonna start our creative chat. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Chris Barton, our wonderful podcast flame, to Candler Creative Chats. Thank you very much. Boom, boom, shake, shake the room. Whoa! I'll tell you what, bro, that gets me every time. Chris Barton, a wonderful creative podcast flame. How you doing, bro? So good to see you, man. It feels like it's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
Since we've done this and since I've been seen you.
Has been. Bro, I think the last time I saw you was in person was the event you threw in Kensington. You remember where you did it at the Meter Squared?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's been crazy. That was like 2 months ago already.
Yeah, it was on the
May, right?
May
No,
12th.
or was it June?
It was May the 12th. No, it was not. It was May the 20th. You know what? It was in May, guys. My head is so fried. I can't remember when my own event was, but it's cool because we're still alive. We're still here. We're good. We're popping. It's vibes. What have you been up to, bro? Have you been up to anything creative? Have you been doing any acting? Have you been doing essay work? Oh, well, there's a start of a conversation we can have. The acting strike thing.
Yeah, I haven't done enough. I haven't done enough research this last couple of days to see if anything new has popped up about that. But
well, you
yeah,
have
man, it's
been doing
crazy.
research.
No, I haven't in the last couple of days to hear if there's anything new. But you know, last I heard, it was still up for grabs, and they're still debating stuff. Because I was on set, I think, on the 3rd of August, and one of the ADs who's on that, who's jumps around quite a lot and is a little quite known, he was saying that at the moment it's like if it is going to be resolved in November, they think it'll be all, like stuff might be able to get back up and be able to be edited, finished, released for next year, you know, at the summer and Christmas times. But if it goes beyond that, then we might have like a good gap of time, kind of like during COVID, where there was just like no films being released because everything.
Yeah, it's just gonna backlog the fuck out of everything. Yeah, it is pretty mad. I mean, AI in general over the last 6 months has literally taken over. Is literally taking over. I don't mean in the sense of like, oh my God, AI is taking over the world, but it's taking over our mentalities and our fucking like like it's already starting to affect us in a very big way. Which is mad because that's like 6 months. Like, what's going to happen in the next 6 months? And of course, and you really think the production companies, all these things are gonna not save money by doing the AI?
Yeah, I mean, if we're literally blurs in the background, like don't get me wrong, there will be scenes where like the actor or the second lead actor will be in a line waiting to get a coffee or something at a coffee shop, or you know, like in a little like group of people where they're like chatting with their friends. In that case, I feel like they will still use essays.
Okay, but let's talk
other
about
than
film.
that, but other than that, you know, like I feel like every other essay that's just a blur in the background or an extra face in a party or just a head moving around is just going to be scanned from now on. Because I feel like it's just cheaper for them in the long run, you know,
And
instead
that's
of a
what I'm
week of
saying.
paying them.
It's what I'm saying. Like even when I was talking, like I was talking to someone, I can't remember who, we were having a conversation about like customer service. How like you always want to speak to a person, but now you can't speak to a person, you want to speak to a bot. You know what I mean? Like that was, I feel like, I don't know, like I'm kind of just also making this up, but I feel like almost before you would always speak to a person and like it was calm and like maybe there'd be a couple of like message things, but it would only be a
Oh,
couple.
like the
But now
chat.
it's everything. Like now it's like you have to, there's no number for customer service. You have to speak to a bot, and then you have to like, yeah, like there's no way to speak to people. And I feel like that's almost good, that could almost relate in the same as all this AI stuff with the filming and the scanning and the people and like that could be the same case for that, where they go, okay, cool, we can do it for like main actors, cool, let's get them to sign a contract, we'll do that, we'll just do an AI, it's going to be so much cheaper, so much easier, we'll give them a buyout, sweet, you know, sweet as a nut. And then they go, actually, you know what, maybe we could actually just do a walk on, like let's get one of the walk on people, get them, we scanned them, didn't we, last week? All right, sweet, yeah, we'll cut that, let's cut them from the rest of the thing, we'll do a we'll just do an AI version of them in post production. No stress. And then what? And then what? And then they go okay, well, let's go to essays. That's going to cost us, like that's going to cut us loads of money, and we don't even have to pay them a buyout because we scanned them in this movie.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if. Yeah. Anyway, I won't say the name of the production because NDAs and stuff. But I think, did I tell you about the one which we were on it together? It was a week of night shoots at a very popular place in central London
Or the
where we were
tape.
dressed. Yeah. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
For like the 3-4, it was like 4 days probably.
Yeah.
I worked that out, and then with someone else, the
Okay.
amount of money they spent for all of us that 4 days was
Wasn't like
about,
300 of us, right?
on average every day, it was 300. Was about at least £300,000 for 3 to 4 days of work just to pay essays. And that's on the lower end, right? Because after the week breakdown, it was like we all made over probably £1,000, I think, from what we made from the agency. So we took it like at the lowest spectrum. If say some people didn't stay for as long as we did, on average, everyone was making at least £1,000, right?
Yeah.
We then said, okay, there was 300 of us on average every day. Some days there was 450, Some days I think one day there was 250, but on average it was about 300.
Yeah, I remember
Again,
that was
lower
440.
spectrum. So that's £300,000 minimum, probably, Then you think, okay, they fed us twice, every day, every night. They had tea, coffee going, right? That cost virtually nothing. But the food, right? They had vegan, plant, and then meat options, like for almost all the different meals. Then they had to rent the Tate Gallery every night, right? And I was thinking the halls which they had us like held in, I've gone there since, and they're exhibition rooms, right? They're used to showcase people's art. So I think during the day, they had to actually get rid of all that maybe, and then set up the people's art piece again, perhaps.
Yeah, no, I think they had one room. I'm pretty sure they
But
had one room where they just stored everything, and in the other room they had to move everything move everything
in
completely
and
around.
out. Yeah. And yeah,
Yeah.
man, I'm sure that cost them an arm and a leg. The
But the
people who
thing
had to
is though,
move it,
bro, that's people's lives. These people like too fucking right. If you want to do a film and you want to have loads of people in that film, pay people to be in that film and give them money so that they can have their life, and this is their careers, this is their livelihoods, this is their everything. And
yeah,
like it's becoming too easy to get rid of humans
Yeah.
and get rid of what humans can do and all their flaws, because we're too much looking for this perfectionism. This perfectionism that just does not exist. And we're just edging more and more closer to what that is. But then it's like, well, we're never going to attain that. Like, we're never going to attain that. So
yeah. When you say perfectionism, you mean like for the creator's view of what they want?
Well, just in general, as an individual, we are all looking for us, like in some ways or another, we're looking for some sort of perfectionism within our lives. You know what I mean? I don't know for other people, but I feel like a lot of people don't leave their house. Like, a lot of people will probably leave their house with the idea that, oh, okay, like I need to give off a good impression to the world.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I need to be perfect for what the people, like, to interact with people and make connections and all this. I need to be perfect within that zone or within that thing.
Yeah. So and everyone has their own idea of what their perfectionism is. Yeah, I get
exactly.
You.
So like, if all of us are looking for this idea of perfectionism, I'm pretty sure we've spoken about this on the podcast before, about perfectionism and stuff. But like, if all of us are looking for perfectionism, this is what, and I guess this is what comes with growth in society, is because we are always everyone's looking for that perfect thing. Like, how do we make that better? How do I be better than that to be perfect?
Yeah.
But I guess what this AI kind of vibe at the moment has maybe taught a lot of people, a lot of intelligent people, is that we can slow down. Like, we can slow down and we can be perfect. Like, we can still aim towards that perfectionism, but we can do it at a slower rate and still be okay.
Okay. Okay, so like, expand on that a little bit. When you say slow down, you mean to realize that we're not.
Sense, I'm talking about AI. Okay. But I feel like that can be represented over all our lives, and what and everything we do in certain situations, for this, like we've said before, about stopping, right? About this feeling guilty for stopping and stuff, and you constantly go. But like, you can slow down and stop and still be okay. You know what I mean? So that's why that's why I'm trying to relate that to, like, I guess, like most things. But I just say that on the sense of like AI, because because AI is going so quick. It's going so quick. Like, a lot of intelligent people like Elon Musk and someone who I had in my brain but has just gone, is saying, like, we have to slow this thing down. Like, okay, we should, I feel like that goes off into like all areas. Like, we can slow down,
Yeah. No,
I don't know if that whole point made sense. Maybe it didn't. My brain is so on a fucking thing today.
The thing,
I'm just like,
oh man, you're right. I feel like in general, in every aspect, we need to like take a step back and realize the situation, if that's kind of what you mean. But I 100%. To add on to that, I would also say what we do very little in society now is we don't acknowledge the other side of an argument or the other side of a conflict when we're enthralled in it. Like let's take this whole AI issue, right, with SAG and everything. The whole thing that they're fighting for, and like, I'm very much, I want work too. I feel like our rights should be, they should hire people to do people's jobs. I'm very much on that side because that's my livelihood. That's what we do, right? However, it also, we need to have the perspective of the other side of that argument. Obviously writers are the same way. With AI, chat GBT and all that, a whole script can be plumbed out in like a minute. A whole series can be plumbed out in like, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. I don't know, probably way less than that. But the other side of that argument is production companies or young filmmakers coming up in the industry, young production companies, if it's cheaper for them to create the story, say they've actually had a real writer or someone create the script for them, it might be like, but they can't produce that show or that story because they just don't have the funds to pay for it to come out. I understand the hesitation, right? I understand the like easiness of being like, oh, I could just AI tons of people in the background in that scene and only have the 2 people in the front. Like, instead of having to like pay 400 other people to just walk about, I could, I just pay my 2 lead actors, and then I can, make it look like they're in a stadium full of, Red Sox fans or whatever. And all you're doing is just, you have a friend who works at the stadium that day, and they're saying, yeah, you can go film for like an hour. And you just take your 2 people and you go film in the stands, and then you AI everyone else. Like, I understand on a budget that more films could be made, right? And more stories could be told. But don't get me wrong, I'm still very much on the side of like, people need to be there. That's like what the heart of it is. But because we're changing, it's like we have to, and I know that's what they're fighting for, is like, what is the middle ground in these 2 stages though? Because we do need people in these things, but also it makes financial sense for companies to scan people and be done with it,
No, I do completely agree. Like, yeah, it does make financial sense. Of course, they're going to save loads of money, but like, even just thinking about it then, right?
But it's sad though, man. It really is.
About it then, like, so we're basically going to lose culture.
Yeah.
Right?
Because all AI it takes off of what's already out there, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. So we're all going to become coders. There's not going to be any. I'm talking. Right, let's just talk about like AI is literally like in every single aspect of our lives. So in order for us to adapt, to make money, to do all these things, like we have to adapt to the things that we're doing. So everyone's going to have to basically become coders.
Either that. Yeah, actually, no, not either. Sorry, I agree. It's either that, and then
the only creative thing you can do, the only creative things you could do is collaborations.
But then any unique artistry, I feel like, will become so much more valuable. The little artistry that does manage to keep going and push through, its value is going to skyrocket, because I could go on Instagram right now and find someone, like, I'm into Lord of the Rings, right? I could find an artist who digitally inputs AI like chat box like detail into some program, and then spits out all these fantastic like 4,000 by 5,000 pixel wallpaper images of like Mount Doom or like the Mirkwood Forest or something like that. Beautiful art pieces that like he's made to look like it was done with oil painting or like charcoal or something. And then he'll sell that on his Instagram page, right? And I could buy that and it'll be a print, right? But then people who are actually artistically skilled and still manage to do all that by hand, and like there's only 1 copy of those, because that guy could make 10 copies, but the person who's done it by hand, that physical like done piece of art, because it's only like a unique 1 piece and he can print copies of it, but the original is original. Like, I feel like that kind of niche and like people who are able to do that kind of stuff, that is going to become such a sought after thing, because everyone will be like, I can get a print anywhere online. I can get whatever I want, but I can't get a personalized, unique piece of art. And I know that's what NFTs are. They're like a certain amount of copies, but it's like someone who's done it physically.
You know, you can only have a physical copy,
and there's only 1 of it in the world. Like, I feel like in the past,
like look at stuff like the Mona Lisa and
exactly,
and all these different paintings and stuff. You could do that with AI and create a new Mona Lisa and shit, but it's never going to be an original Mona Lisa of like an actual hand painted entity. So I'm wondering whether later, if you know, if we go down this route, like with what we're talking about, whether there'll be like, it will be like a code stamp. So like a stamp on the image or the thing where it's verified as like a real person's art or creativity, and that could even go with acting and all the different, I don't know, collaborations you do. Like if it's an actual person has actually done that, then it could have like a code stamp, and then people can see that and go, oh wow, oh shit, that wasn't actually AI. Oh fuck, okay, cool, let's go on to that, let's check that out.
And that code stamp almost becomes currency then. People seek after that code, like barcode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I can't, because this new
that was like the weirdest, like,
because this new mic, I can't stop like going like right up to it and being like, yeah.
I should do some like what is it like ASMR, like
yeah, I can't, because it's like a no, that's a really good point actually. Like it could almost be like currency. Yeah,
and like it'll be like a verified symbol on like Twitter or Instagram. It's like you need to
X
prove it. What was that?
It's not Twitter anymore, it's called X. What a shit fucking name.
Is it really?
Yeah, bro, because it changed to the logo changed.
When did this happen?
The logo changed to, fuck's sake, the logo changed to the X. Fuck.
Is it still owned by Elon Musk?
The X, and then they've literally changed the name to X.
So Twitter doesn't exist anymore.
So Twitter technically. Oh, look at that! Who the fuck is that?
I know. I was gonna say,
guys, that is it's a photographer. He's a creative. It's an amazing individual, Ramon. Yo, shout out! He's got an awesome creative community. Everyone, go check it out. So it's not just a fucking naked lady on Twitter. It's an actual. But there you go. See, Ramon. Oh, fucking light thing. Sorry. Maybe I'll cut that out.
It's crazy, man. So Elon Musk is still the owner.
So Elon Musk is still on that shit, but he's so anxious about Mark Zuckerberg taking over with the whole fucking Threads thing that he's decided just to completely change it. But he's made it fucking shit. And I think, well, I don't really know. I don't really go on Twitter that much. I just know that he's changed it to X. He's changed the logo to an X, and it's just it's very fucking
yeah.
We're fucking X, baby.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. Oh no, he's yeah. I mean, I go on. I actually quite like Threads.
I don't even know what Threads is, man. I haven't signed up for it yet.
It's just another Instagram thing. So you go on your page, and then at the top there's like an @ thing. I think I don't know if you have to be signed up or whatever. And then it's literally the same as Twitter. Like it's like identical to Twitter. You basically just like, and it's almost like back in time to when Twitter started, because everyone's this new thing and they're like, oh, what do I put? Oh, I'm going to the cinema, guys. So it's like back to the old Twitter. So give it another couple of months, it'll be like Twitter, and everyone will be fucking hating on everyone and fucking calling them words. And so it is what it is. But I was saying, I actually wonder whether it'd be really nice to have, like, okay, cool, like let's just say Mark, I'm calling him on his first term basis. Mr. Zuckerberg, is that even how you say it? Zuckerberg? I don't know if I can know. Sucker, sucks and fucking dick.
Zuckerberg.
So Mr. Suck Dicks and Buckerberg, I feel like if he did just have like a platform where it was like Instagram and it was like Threads, and then there was another thing where it was like TikTok, and then everyone was just on this one platform that had everything very similar to all the other social medias, but it wasn't so scattered and it had the same kind of feel. I just feel like there would be more of a community feel, like people could actually like connect rather than being so fucking separated on all these other platforms and
yeah.
I don't know, it was just a thought I had.
I mean, he's doing that though, right? With a sort of new Twitter type thing on Instagram. He's basically combining all of them together and kind of creating a monopoly on.
He's basically going to try and rule
social media. Yeah.
All he needs to do, and I think I've said this before, I don't know, I've spoken to someone about it. All he needs to do is create a cryptocurrency for Facebook, a token, a coin, and he basically has a country.
People would buy it, man, 100%.
Yeah, of course people would buy it because okay, they can say they say no, I'm not going to buy this shit, and then they go on it, and then I mean, fucking come on. But he will basically like, it's almost like it's almost like he would be like a dictator because he is the CEO, right? Like he's the director of Meta, whatever the fuck it is, and then he would have a coin, so he's creating an actual ecosystem.
Yeah.
So people would buy on there. They would exchange whatever. They can speak. They can meet up in the metaverse.
Yeah, he would create his own like micro economy and almost government in a way. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is though, I've realized just from you saying that, and I've seen a couple influencers do it, is when you get enough popularity, you can just create a substance. It could be anything. You could create like, I don't know, Logan Paul's Prime or some kind of, stupid keychain or something, right? And say there's only 10,000 of these we're gonna make. After that 10,000, that's it.
Yeah.
And people will snatch that up and pay whatever you ask of them to pay because they'll think, oh, if I own that, it'll be a collector's item in like 30 years. And it's like a hoodie with like a stamp on it. I could go to some local duka in Kenya with that logo and say, can I have a gray hoodie with this logo on it? And they'd make it for me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it would be indistinct, like it'd be exactly the same. But the problem is, with people like Zuckerberg, he could just be like, I'm making this currency. I'm making a million I'm making a million Zucker coins. Right?
Well, I think he tried.
Oh, did he actually?
I think he tried, and I think he could. I don't think he was either allowed to do it. And guys, I mean, message in the comments if I'm completely and utterly chatting shit, and anyone has any knowledge on this whatsoever. But because I fucking don't. I'm pretty sure he tried, and he wasn't successful, and he is trying. It's a it's a very tricky topic, cryptocurrency and stuff.
Well, I mean, was he trying to make cryptocurrency, or was he trying to make real?
Yeah.
Like physical
he was trying to make a Facebook token. I'm pretty fucking sure. I feel like I need to fact check because I just feel when people do start watching this, they watch it from the beginning, and then they see all these things, they're gonna fact check the fuck out of us, and they're gonna be like, these guys are chatting shit. They have no fucking idea.
I don't know. I haven't heard of that, but to be honest, I'm sure he probably has. We should make a CandlerCreative coin and make like 200 of them.
Too fucking right, and then the communist cult can
thrive.
Guys, we are not. I feel like I have to say that every time.
People thrive forever.
Understand that this is a joke. It's a personal joke, guys. Leave it out. Maybe that's why. When figuring out Libra, the plan was to create a universal cryptocurrency that could be assessed by digital wallets. Yeah. Would be built on a blockchain. So
it's digital though. It is digital.
So when Facebook announced Libra, so they have one.
Libra.
Oh, Facebook's cryptocurrency is no more.
For now.
So they did try. I was right.
For now.
Partly.
They may try to make another one. You never know.
They probably will, and then they'll try to rule the world. But it's okay, because we'll all probably be dead by then. Wow, this is turning into a really negative So Jesus Christ, very bleak.
Very bleak.
Let's talk about something positive. Positive. What's happening? Positivity. Positivity and go.
There was a bit of sunshine today.
It was a bit of sunshine today.
There was a bit of sunshine.
No, I mean I filmed well, to be fair, I filmed another podcast episode today with a guy called Ed Ado. And he's such a fucking cool dude, man. He's a music artist and he's a bit of an actor, and he runs his own music production company for like films and different things. And yeah, he was such a cool guy, man. It was actually really cool to chat with him. And yeah, I'm getting really like, because obviously I've not seen you. I've not really seen you or spoke to you for the last couple of weeks, and I've had so many cool like interviews with loads of different creatives, and I'm just trying to interview more people because it's so interesting, bro.
I wish
because we speak on here like we have been doing, and then and I speak to other creatives with different mentalities, people who are just coming up and just formulating their own identity, and you just get a sense of similarity and similarities in certain situations and certain things, and it's so fucking beautiful, bro. And that's the one reason, it's one of the reasons why I wanted to start the community, and why I say it all the time is because all of us are so similar in the things that we're doing, whether you're an actor or a photographer or a musician or this, like we are all in this as a unit and as a community. And when you speak to all these different people and all these different mentalities, you understand that is right. Like it is true. Like we are all so similar in our journeys.
Man.
And it's fucking sick, bro. And that just so it has been really cool. It has been good to like interview more people and stuff, and yeah, sick.
Yeah, because you've interviewed Saini, this guy Edward as well.
Yeah, Ed, someone else from
Victoria too, right?
Huh?
Is it Victoria?
Victoria? Yeah.
There's one more though, wasn't there?
Lucy. Lucy, she sang at the event.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And
See
it's
what I mean?
cool to speak to people. Like it's cool to speak to people from the community on a deeper level through this, because that's what I love about these, is we do get quite deep and real, and it's cool to speak to the community members on that level, because I've known Saini, I've known Victoria for so long. We've done so many different projects, like community projects, and we've worked together and collaborated and done all these things, but like you never get on a deep level. And then we do this, and then we know each other even more, and it's like that connection builds just so much, and it's just really so it's really cool. It is really cool
when you have the time and space to sit down and like have a proper conversation in a allotted amount of time, to do it. I feel like you can really well, I mean, people can put on fake facades, but otherwise it's like you can really get to know people
really
quite well, and just really get to know like their thoughts on certain things that are quite, I don't know, people don't talk about very often, but we should chat about. And I mean, I was telling you about this before. It was like I went to my brother's wedding last week, and we had sort of the after party afterwards, which was a nice Kaylee in his like town hall, and that was like a lot more people were there. And I wish there were more hours in the day and the night, because I was really vibing. I loved meeting some of these new people, but I just wish there was more time for me to have gone around and actually met with almost everyone, like met with so many more people, and like had not just like quick interactions, but like proper conversations with them. Because like some people were from completely different places, did completely random things, but like, I don't know, just had a really cool way of looking at life, or like or like they had experienced something that was just so phenomenal and life-changing that it's changed their sense of anxiety or something. You know, like you can learn something from every conversation you have. And I just felt so bad that I couldn't chat with like 90% of these people, because I was like, the day isn't long enough. You know, like I wish. Did you watch that movie Click with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Where he has like a universal remote. Like I wish you could just click sometimes and just like pause, and then you could just like go and like interact, and then press play, and then it was like the same time. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I've been feeling that a lot more recently. That it's like I don't feel like there's enough allotted time to get certain things done or like to meet people.
Trust me,
it's
bro.
just...
That's my life, man. That's my life. Just fucking wishing I had more time. That's why I stay up till fucking 2-3 o'clock in the morning every night. But it's all good vibes, and yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad you had a good time at that wedding, and yeah, it's just my last point, because we've got just like 4 minutes left. Fuck you, Zoom. My last point of that was what I was going to say off the back of that is because what I spoke to Ed, I was speaking to Ed about earlier, off the episode, but we were like discussing it, and that's and again what we've discussed before is talking, why I like these and why I like speaking in an interview sense on a time zone, is because when you're speaking, you don't have time to think. You're talking, and your talking is your thoughts, and your thoughts is your inner truth. And when you have these kind of interactions, you're speaking your inner truth, because you're just fucking talking and going and going and going, and whatever comes out, but that is your inner truth in some sense.
You have the idea,
unless you're really
the
sitting there, really thinking, which is what I used to do, and it would, and I feel like my conversation level would be like it'd be quite anxious for me, because I'm constantly trying to think of what to say, even though you've not said anything, and like it's this constant trying to like figure out the future of your conversation, and it doesn't work. But when you just listen, and then you just speak, going off of what you've said, that's fucking sick, man. That's yeah.
And it takes time to like do that properly, and to learn how to do that, because as a kid you would always know, like you'd sit by your parents' feet while your parent and your best friend's parent were like chatting with each other, and you were just like, come on, let's go. How can you adults be chatting for so long? Like, let's go. We want to go do something, you know. But I feel like now it's like I don't know, it's like I could sit with someone and just chat about whatever. And as long as it organically flows, we might chat about random things and hodgepodge, but you know, you learn how to develop that conversation, sort of piggyback off of people's ideas and adapt with it and develop it. It's a weird thing you learn how to do.
It's a skill, and we're everything we do in our lives, and whether it's speaking or anything creative, we are constantly every single day learning, and we need to not forget this. We are constantly every single day learning, and every single day we are teaching, whether that is in a small scale, a big scale, a medium scale, or whatever fucking scale it is. It's a scale, and you're doing both of these things, and that mentality of thinking like that you're a teacher and you're a learner and a teacher, I feel like that can unify us. It can bring us all on the same playing field. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that philosophical little fucking and cool. But yeah, Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you, a wonderful podcast flame, and yeah, I hope we can do this again soon. But cool beans, guys. This has been CandlerCreative Chats. I've been Dan Candler. This has been Chris Barton. Remember to follow, subscribe, like all that shizzle, and yeah, if anyone wants to get in touch, the email is in the description. Feel free to reach out and ask anything, ask us to do anything. I won't do anything. Maybe
you just left that really open-ended, buddy. Ask us to do anything.
I will do anything for a price. No, I'm joking. No, cool guys, it's been CandlerCreative Chats. You're all amazing. being. Thank you so much.
When we living in watercolor, the rain would turn